welcome to Fondy Famous. I'm your host, Kelly Northley. Today I'm here with Tyler from Buginator Pest Management. And today's episode is sponsored by Steve Wertz Builders. Tyler, if you would just tell us a little bit about your business and what got you into doing it.
So I got started, I had a high school friend of mine approach me and ask me if I wanted to start a business. He was doing a lot of the work and the owner was making a lot of the money, and he said, hey, I could make this profitable myself.
Yeah.
So he approached me and said, well, let's start a business together. We did it. Him and I didn't end up agreeing on a lot of things, so we ended up separating.
Yep.
So 2021, I started my own business, and things have been growing.
Okay.
Fairly well. Most of my business originally was coming from Home Advisor, which has now changed to Angie Leads.
Okay.
Now I'm getting a lot more word of mouth referrals, and Google is actually starting to kick in and help out.
Yep. Do you pay for Google Leads, or are you just using your Google business profile?
Just my Google business
Nice.
profile on Maps, yep.
Okay. Are people leaving you a good bit of reviews then?
Absolutely. Right now, I think I have 15 5-star reviews.
Nice. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so you're using a couple of different sources. What was it like to start your business in 2021? Because that was still pandemic-ish time, right?
Absolutely. That was kind of crazy. It seemed like most people already had their minds made up about whether they were going to do the whole mask thing. So honestly, it really wasn't that hard. If people wanted me to wear the mask, sure, I wore it into their house.
Yep.
But for the most part, most people didn't even ask.
Yeah. Well, and you probably weren't really close to anyone. You're just
Right.
doing your thing.
Doing your thing, yep.
Okay. So what do you enjoy about this business, or maybe running a business?
I like the independence. I like not having a boss.
Yep.
I think my favorite jobs would be WASP jobs. I love helping people, and that's one that a lot of people won't feel comfortable with taking care of on their own.
Yep.
So that's a big one that I just love doing it, especially if, it's a situation where they're in the house or, somewhere where there's a danger. I actually had one job. The homeowner tried to take care of it on his own. He caulked them shut. He caulked the hole shut leading into the house. Now that was very bad.
Yeah.
So
I can only
2
imagine.
days later, he ended up giving me a call. And what had happened, they had their grandkids over, and in the living room, on an interior wall was where the hive was. The wasps actually chewed through the drywall, and the picture frame fell.
And they all
The
came
whole
out.
picture fell, and right there, the whole hive was exposed.
Oh, wow.
So they all got out of the house and called for help
Yeah.
immediately. And yep, right away, within, I'd say an hour, I was there and had it taken care of.
So what do you do for that?
So it's just a chemical treatment. On the inside, I try to just use like a powder, something that's not going to stink or, stain anything. Or,
Right.
and then just remove it.
Okay.
Mainly just remove it. You got to remove the hive and remove
Yeah.
everything that's there, and then leave a residual that'll kill anything else that maybe comes across it.
Okay. Gotcha. Oof, what a predicament that guy was in.
Absolutely. And the funny thing was he was actually a beekeeper. He had his own bee suit, and he had a ton of honeybees outside.
Uh-huh.
So that was a situation where I needed to be super careful not to cross-contaminate his honeybees.
Right. Oh, very interesting. Okay. Well, that's cool. So what else do you love about the job? Flexible schedule, maybe? I hear your boss is
Absolutely.
pretty cool, though.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
have one, but I hear he's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely the flexible schedule. I'm able to, take my kids with me if I have to. Most
Yep.
customers are pretty cool with that.
Yep.
I
found the same. I feel like, especially we're in 2024, we all got to do what we all got to do, right?
Right.
And sometimes your childcare provider isn't available, or something happens, or it is what it is, and kids
Yep.
can come along.
Yep, absolutely.
So I like that you're able to do that. Where do you serve? You were talking a little bit earlier about areas that you go to. You said Fond du Lac, and where else?
Sure, absolutely. I'm comfortable anywhere within like 40 miles of Fond du Lac. So I'll go
Okay.
down, Lamira, Theresa, anywhere down that way. I'll go all the way up to Oshkosh, or
Okay.
I'll go over as far as Green Lake,
Okay.
or Plymouth, Sheboygan area. I'll go that far.
Yep. Do you do bug inspections as well, or do you just do treatments?
Inspections and treatments. I try to do a treatment actually the same day as the inspection.
Okay.
So my inspections are $75 unless I'm able to treat same day. Then I put that inspection fee towards the treatment.
Oh, that's nice. That's a pretty big bonus. Do you typically find issues? Like, are people calling for that inspection? Obviously, if they're purchasing a house, they're calling for that. But do you have people who just call and they think there is an issue and they have you come out?
Oh, sure. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes there's issues. Sometimes I find additional issues that they didn't even see.
Yep. What do you think is the biggest bug issue here in the area?
Honestly, bed bugs. Bed bugs are one of the biggest calls I get.
That's like one of my worst nightmares. Ew. Ooh, bed bugs. Okay, so how do you treat bed bugs?
That's a very thorough. It's got to be very thorough. So there's a very extensive prep list that the customer has to do.
Okay.
Laundering all the clothes, anything that's fabric, stuffed animals, curtains.
That's right.
Literally everything. Everything has to be treated. All the pictures have to be taken off the wall. The backs of the pictures have to be treated.
Yeah.
Literally everything.
Yeah. I think I rank that right up there with lice. Like, I just hope and pray my kids never get that, because I don't know how I can deal with that.
Sure.
Okay. So bed bugs are the worst that you see in here?
Yep, I would say bed bugs in Fond du Lac are the worst.
Okay.
And then next would be rodents.
Okay.
Rodents are next.
So you do bugs and pests?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So there are some things that I wouldn't take care of. That would be termites.
Yep.
Bats.
Yep.
That one requires a lot of insurances and another certification. Yep, and they're protected for most of the year. So there's only like 2 months of the year that you're allowed to do anything.
Yep. So we had bats last year, and we called and I was like, hey, can I get someone out to do treatment? And they were like, well, ma'am, they're protected. I'm like, what do you mean they're in my attic? Like, what do you mean they're protected? So yeah, we didn't realize that either.
Yep.
Okay, so no bats.
And then wildlife. Wildlife meaning like raccoons, squirrels, chipmunks, woodpeckers.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Do you have any like favorite experiences or stories that you've had in doing this? Put you on the spot there.
Yeah, honestly, the wasp jobs. I love doing the wasp jobs. There's been a couple of huge hives that I was like, wow, I wonder how old that one is.
Are you ever able to move the hives? I don't know how all that works.
So with wasps, not really.
Okay.
They're not really worth trying to move.
Yep.
Yes, they do pollinate a little bit, but they're not really worth trying to move. It's just better most of the time just to exterminate them.
Okay. Gotcha. So probably not too common to have someone's picture fall and have a whole hive in the wall, though.
No, definitely not.
Ooh. What a crazy experience.
Right.
Okay. So what are the downfalls, do you think, of having this business or doing pest management? Or any in business things that you've experienced?
There really aren't many.
No, that's good.
There really aren't many. Everything's been positive.
Have you had any challenges at all? Just in business ownership and getting things together?
As far as challenges, I would say vehicles.
Yeah.
Just because, it's a lot of maintenance, it's a lot of upkeep, just because I don't want a loan for a new vehicle. And
do you have a vehicle that has like all of the stuff in it then too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely just a specific
designated
pest control vehicle. Yep.
Okay. So wear and tear and dealing with that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. Well, is there anything that you'd like to add that you'd like to share?
I am veteran owned.
That is right. That's right. You were Army, correct?
Army, yep.
Okay. Did you do anything exciting in the military? Maybe that's the wrong question to ask, but was there anything that stood out to you in the military at all? Your experience?
No, not really.
No.
I just enjoyed the training. I enjoyed just being there.
Yeah.
I liked the fact that in the military, there really is no race.
Yep.
Everybody's the same. Everybody's got the same haircut. Everybody dresses the same. Everybody is the same.
Yep. Yeah. The rankings. I never understood the crossover, so I won't try to talk on any of that. But,
Sure.
yeah, well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Where did you end up stationed at during that?
So I did my training down in Fort Benning. I was infantry.
Yep.
And then I was stationed over in Fort Carson, Colorado.
Okay, nice. Did you enjoy that?
That was perfect. I couldn't have gotten a better duty station. I say that because I was only 2 hours from my grandparents.
Okay.
So every weekend I get to go and get a good home cooked meal. Yeah.
All right.
Forget that chow hall, you know.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh. Yeah.
And then I could also do some extra work on the side for Grandpa, make some extra money. And
Yeah. Get to visit with family, plus
Yep.
live in a nice area. So
plus living in Colorado, I was able to do a lot of exercise. The Manitou Incline was probably my favorite thing to do out there,
okay.
which is just a railroad track. It's a 1 mile up the mountain.
Oh wow.
Takes you like 25 minutes if you're physically fit to get up it.
And then you have to come back down. At least the back down is
The back
better.
down is way better. It's actually 4 miles down on switchbacks.
Okay.
So yeah, you get to run that, and that's a lot of fun. It's actually quicker coming down than it is going up.
Oh, I'm sure. More enjoyable too, I would imagine. Well, cool. Well, thank you for being on and telling us a little bit about your business. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.